You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
How's it going, everybody? Jason Marshall here. Sorry the show's late this week.
Jason Marshall, you back to that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You gave up on the Sweet Daddy J? What?
It's been so long. I damn near forgot. Just wanted to apologize for it being late. And yeah, we had a show last week. It's just late this week. So yeah. I keep thinking, because we're back to once a week right now, it just feels like I haven't put anything out in forever. Hopefully we'll be back to twice a week soon. I want to welcome all the new listeners from KLRN Radio. If you're from there, please check out some of our past episodes. You can go to wedon'thavecookies.com and listen to those. Also, send me an email, jason@wedon'thavecookies.com, or call 929-266-9342. And leave me a voicemail. Let me know what you think of the show. I'd really like to hear from you guys. This is the first podcast that I've done since moving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a real house now.
Yeah, I know. There's a doorknob on the bathroom.
I mean, let's face it, when we first started, it was a little scary to drive out. It's like, I need you to drive out to the county and meet me at this abandoned house.
With stuff blocking the doors.
Yeah. I made my husband come with me. I'm like, I've only met this guy once, so.
You used to have a board across the door that says, watch for nails. Yeah. Just sheets of plastic everywhere. I can see why it would be scary. And if you're a new listener, you haven't heard this person. But it's the person who's on every first somehow.
Yes, some
whether
way.
we plan it that way or it just happens, which today it just happened. My guest that I wanted to have on earlier in the week had to cancel, had a medical emergency. So we had to postpone the show. And it's another first for you because it's the first we've done since moving. It's bizarre how that always happens.
It is, because we don't plan it that way.
No.
And in fact, because of stuff that I've had going on with my brother getting married and my daughter's graduation, I specifically said I couldn't come. Yeah. But there was troubles right here in River City, so.
And I think having the option for the daytime, hopefully that'll allow other people to come in.
I'm unemployed. You're unemployed.
I am happily employed here at We Don't Have Cookies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forget.
It's an enterprise now. Now, I saw some podcast where they incorporated their show. They went out and made it a business so they could get insurance. And it ended up fucking them in the ass pretty bad. I forget
That's strange
what happened.
Because usually people incorporate themselves to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Against lawsuits or.
I wish I could remember what podcast it was. I would go back and try to
or
figure
any
that out.
details at all. That'd make it way more interesting.
That's pretty much a dead story. Hey, if you know what happened, if you know what podcast I'm talking about, send me an email.
Let me know.
It's been a pain in the ass moving here.
Oh, yeah. I hate moving. That is the one thing that I would avoid. If I ever move again, it's because I'm rich enough to hire people to do it for me.
Well, we decided to move in on Friday, which was last week. I didn't think we were going to move until Friday of this week.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a surprise.
We know who wears the pants.
Well, the big thing was she wanted to have internet here.
Mm-hmm. Well, who doesn't? It's
right.
You got to have it anymore.
So we get the internet put in, and they say they can't bury the line until 7 to 10 business days.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I got a large yard, and it needs mowed.
Yeah.
So I decide what I'm going to do is just, when I get up to the cable, I'll turn my blade off, go over it, turn my blade on, keep mowing. Apparently, I didn't give it long enough to shut off. I made it up and down the yard probably 6 to 8 times. And that last time, I didn't give my blade enough time to shut off, I guess. And when I went over it, it just cut the line in like 4 different spots.
Why wouldn't you just lift the back end up so the blades are up off the ground and roll the back wheels over it? There's just...
Come on.
Or I just walk a parallel strip, on either side of the cords, and then I wouldn't even have to go next to it or cross over it.
You should have been.
I know.
So the guy comes out, and they came out that day, like within hours, which shocked me, because cable companies don't do anything
Yeah, but
fast.
they have a severed line.
I honestly, I didn't think they would give 2 shits. They'd be like, we'll be out in a couple of days. But he came out in
not
a few
when
hours.
it comes to a line. Well, my dad was worked since cable was invented. Like, my dad is one of the original cable men. He actually built the cable system here in town, and then my brother now works there. So I've had cable my whole life. I can't even imagine life without cable.
No scrambled channels for you.
No. My dad, he was never, hooking up. Like my husband, his dad used to hook up illegal cable when they were kids, Then they get caught and turn it off, and then you wait a couple weeks and you go up there, turn it back on.
The guy came out, he told me that I was the 3rd person that had done that day. And it was only Tuesday. I was the 5th person to do it that week.
Yeah.
So I still felt stupid, but I didn't feel alone anymore.
Did he look like me? They have like a thinner, taller version of me, but like the same hair, really long and curly? No. Okay. That might have been my brother.
Guy, though. So that happened. I thought my wife was going to lose her shit when I called her.
Well, that's one way to get him out to bury it quick.
Yeah. And then we got the fridge put in. We get the fridge inside, which we had to take the doors off of my house. We got these patio doors in the kitchen. We had to take those off to get the fridge in because it wouldn't fit through the door, which I was thrilled about that. We had to do the same thing for the couches. I didn't mind that because the people who moved the couches did it.
Yeah.
And I just assumed either they know what they're doing or if something goes wrong, they'll fix it.
Yeah.
But it was my dad and my cousin doing it. And I wasn't as...
as assured of their abilities.
So we get the fridge in, and it barely fit where it's supposed to go. And even though it did fit, it wouldn't open because the fridge doors open a certain way and it would hit the wall.
Yeah.
So then we decided what we're going to do is just change where the fridge opens. Like the doors, you know how you can switch them around. Well, the fridge is kind of old. So when we did that, one of the hinges broke. And because it's old, nobody carries that part anymore.
Well, yeah.
And we had to figure out something to do.
Did you call Mr. Handy?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure because she's the best. Bonnie is amazing.
And she's the one that was like, yeah, they don't.
If you can't get it, Mr. Handy, then you can't get it. It doesn't exist anywhere in the world.
But we did find something comparable online, and we got that fixed. The door doesn't shut well now. You have to, like, kick it after you shut it to make sure it's sealed.
Mm-hmm.
The same day of the fridge not working, it's like I said, we had to take the patio doors off.
Yeah.
And I wasn't comfortable with that, was the day we moved the oven in.
Yeah.
And when we did, we had a little trailer to carry everything. My dad broke the glass out of the oven.
Ooh.
And it went all over the yard.
Yeah.
So we're out there picking that up. my head was all sunburnt from just sitting there picking up all this little tiny shards of glass.
I would have been like, don't walk barefoot in this area.
And that's when I got really concerned about them putting the patio doors back in.
Yeah. I mean, with good cause.
So it's...
But then you did mow over your cable lines, so really, who are you to cast stones?
It's been one thing after another.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to say is please donate to the show.
Yeah.
You can go to wedon'thavecookies.com, click that donate button. My birthday's coming up, so...
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
I know we're going to have a show that night. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it is. We'll get into that a little later. I'm really looking forward to that. We got a lot of good comics, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a stacked show.
It is. It's absolutely a stacked show. And I was told by the bar owner that some people from Bacardi are coming.
Really?
He said, like, Bacardi girls or something like that. They're going to be giving away some sample drinks. The way
nice.
I don't, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, whatever, sounds good to me.
Yeah, just more promotion for the show. I like that.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to talk to you about, I have no idea why this popped in my head. I was at a gas station, and I kept trying not to laugh, and I had to look like a lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a hidden camera show with you where we're standing in line at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And the person in front of us, we just tap them on the shoulder, and we both smile. We show them our wedding rings and say, hey, do you think we make a cute couple? And when they say yes, we say, we're not married. You're going to hell. And then the screen turns black and white, and it gets stamped with a sinner.
So is this going to be shown after the 700 Club?
Then Andy and my wife jumps out from behind the rack, and they go, you just condoned adultery. And then they just show flames on the screen, and then we cut to the next bit.
You're a dick. You just ruined my family.
I love that idea. And all I could think of was doing it to all the people in front of me. Because you know that person's like, I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
You don't make a cute couple. How's that?
I know. I don't know anything about you. I don't I don't care. Yeah.
I just said yes to be nice, and now you've condemned me to hell.
It's actually amazing when I do watch, like Impractical Jokers is one of my favorite shows, and it really got me through Trump's election. This is like, I can't deal with reality right now. I just need something completely, like, total nonsense. But it's amazing how much people will tolerate and how nice they actually are. You watch what the things that they say and ask people to hold stuff. You know, will you watch my kid? Will you hold my baby? Will you help me bury this in the park? You know what I mean? There's no way if somebody came to me and was like, hey, will you help me bury something in the park? I'd be like, oh, okay. No, I would not. I'd be like, no fucking way. Especially in New York City. You think they'd be way more leery about doing something like that.
Yeah, you don't think there'd be as many good Samaritans.
I mean, here in Ohio, is this Ohio girl is like, no way, that's crazy. Then I just can't believe there are people who do it in New York City. New York City.
One place, it's not like they have a bad reputation.
Yeah.
Letting you into traffic and just as nice as they were was Pittsburgh.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Everybody there was super cool, man. Yeah. And if you needed to cut in line in traffic or anything like that, it was really surprising.
I have a friend from high school who's living in Pittsburgh now, and he's part of like the revitalization that's going on there. And it seems like they're doing some really good things in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I thought it was a really, at least where I was, I think it's one of those things where I was kind of off to the side of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It's kind of like how Beaver Creek is with Dayton. Mm-hmm. Like Beaver Creek really isn't Dayton.
Yeah.
But you associate it with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, for me, it's like they're all just suburbs. Like, you're from Dayton. They're like, no, I'm from Kettering. I'm like, no, you're from Dayton.
Yeah, it's like Voltron.
Yeah.
Just come
I don't
together.
care if it's Miamisburg or Kettering or whatever, Oakwood. It's all fucking Dayton to anybody outside of Dayton.
Speaking of suburbs of Dayton, this really isn't a suburb of Dayton. It's a complete other thing, and nobody would ever think that, is Cincinnati. And next week, we're going to have a guest on from Cincinnati. He's a rapper from there named Mission Man.
Yeah.
And Mike Canistero turned me on to him. He sent me a couple of messages with videos and stuff. And another
I've seen
former
some
guest,
of his work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another former guest, Henry Cuto, actually directed one of the videos.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I missed it because I know Mike sent me the link to that video. And
you
probably
don't know how you missed it? Really?
If you've seen Henrique, it's hard to mistake that guy. So it boggles my mind. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention or something. That
really? Jason, what?
It's so unlike me.
I know. It is so unlike you.
So I'm going to play a song by him. If you like his music, check it out. You can go to the website. We have him listed on the bio section. He's agreed to let me play his music on the show as often as we want. So you can go there and click the links and check out all his other music. Here's a song by him, as well as a new segment called Fake Advice for New Comics by Dave Nelson. He's also listed on the bio section. We're happy to have him on board, so go check his stuff out, and we'll be back.
Playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball. One day when I run away, I met a kid named BJ. He said, hey, wanna play? I said, days at play. Throw a shot for three, missed the thing, got the rebound, threw it down. Never heard a sound of the clock violating his hours, penetrating my drops. I came to win, not just to survive. BJ told me to kick a rat, so I started off with turn on the stereo, pick up the bass. Then a shot in his face, shuffle was smooth as lace. In Discovery School, y'all was a place. But BJ was good too. Made a couple threes and a couple twos. So high when I had to leave before I left. I retreated, number to play Sunday again. Then I jumped and grabbed the 10 of the rim, home for the second, then left and said late and beat. That was the beginning of the multicultural team. We were playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball. I got home from school the next day and decided to ring up DJ to go play some balls on UHS. In no time at all, we became the best pair of balls in the schools. Pools, we wash our opponents rule over the tools that we use as we abuse rules in the court. Me and my cohort made the game short, so we decided to play with the college men. That's when I picked up the nickname Baby Bird, because people heard that I played like Larry Bird. Taking people to school was easy. It pleased me to see me and BJ make threes. Our opponents fell to their knees and begged us, please don't do this to me. They flee when they saw me in the B. Cause his moves were faster than Bruce Lee. See, those days were easy. I dunked so quickly you could not see me. And I get free on the break, pull up for three. People gave me high fives cause we always wanted to lead. Then we go home, take a shower, go to sleep. And we do that 7 days a week. Playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball. But today the game is different. You had to be more than just physically gifted. Got another game, gotta claim every board as your own. Gotta grab every rebound that comes down in your zone. You gotta eat, gotta drink, gotta fit the game. Otherwise, no one to know your name and think you're lame. Gotta have court vision and envision what's gonna happen next. Have to pass every test, every possession, the war. Never know what's store. Sometimes you have to score, sometimes you have to pass. Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you slow down. Sometimes you pull up, sometimes you throw down. You gotta play hard to win. Gotta play smart to win. So begin. Work on your game and work on your mind. Work on your J's and work on your times. And when you're done, just chill some around. So done for the day, but tomorrow's another day that'll be. Playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball.
And now, Comedy A Go-Go presents Fake Advice for New Comics.
Open up your set by letting the audience know how funny you're going to be.
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com.
You can also call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail. I'd really like to hear from you guys, so make sure you send in your emails and voicemails to the show.
All right, just let me make a point here.
No problem.
Do you realize how fast you give that phone number? Even if somebody had a pen ready and was waiting for them to give you the number, you do it so fast.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But it is in the show notes. So if I
that's true.
Fast,
that's true. But you're like one of those car dealers at the end of the commercial. Must be proof of qualifying credit. Need $3.99 down and 3% interest and 12 months savings. Again.
I need to get one of those guys to do that.
All offers not valid in the United States.
I got a question for my last guest.
Okay.
So if anybody out there would like to know who my last guest is, because you don't know, let's face it, that's kind of a dick move. You should be subscribed. You should know all the guests in order from the last 100 and however many shows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The question is, what band would you like to see their work turned into a musical? Because I didn't know this until she was on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Meatloaf is having a musical about him. I had no idea.
My tastes run very folky.
Simon and Garfunkel.
3 of my kids' names are Cecilia, Paul Simon.
Yeah.
Paul Simon's done so much. It's just... Let's see, Art Garfunkel. I'd like them to just take Garfunkel's music. Just Garfunkel.
Okay.
Just all his hits. Of course, Bridge Over Troubled Water, that's one of his, so...
That's a tough question, to be honest with you. That's, I don't know who I would pick.
Yeah.
But my taste just in music range so much. It's.
I've always been a folk person. When I was a kid, Simon and Garfunkel live at Central Park was what I listened to go to sleep every night. When my friend's room was plastered in New Kids on the Block, I was listening to Live at Central Park. And I would mow the lawn, I'd listen to James Taylor, and I'd just be singing along. The Indigo Girls, they were the first person I ever saw in concert. Like, the first concert that I ever went to was the Indigo Girls. And even more current people, still folky, Head and the Heart, Avett Brothers, Langhorne Slim, of course, who I love. I like people to rock out acoustically. That's what I'm saying.
I tried listening to music on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a couple thousand songs downloaded, and I put it on random, and I quickly realized I cannot do this.
Yeah.
Because it goes from like really dark industrial goth music to hardcore reggaeton. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like gangster rap, but Hispanic. And I love that shit. I love it. I can't get enough reggaeton music.
Hispanic gangster. That's crazy. Yeah.
So it goes
to look at you,
really
you just don't look like, the Hispanic gangster rap fella.
I know. It's very weird. And then it goes to like Katy Perry, and then it goes to like George Jones. And you can't listen to music on random on my phone.
Yeah.
It will drive you nuts because nothing flows.
Yeah. Well, I was so excited because for 23 years I've been with my husband, and he generally controls all the music that we listen to, and he's a Deadhead. I've heard.
I love them too.
I know every Grateful Dead song. I have never put a CD in the CD player of the Grateful Dead or put in a tape. It's just always playing. So I know it all. And it runs pretty good. Grateful Dead and like James Taylor and Simon, like they have some similarities. So we're kind of on the same page. But I remember one time we got into a fight and I was pissed off and he turned on the Grateful Dead and I was like, I'm so sick of listening to what you want to listen to. And I like popped out the tape and threw it out the car window. I'd like to say that I was young and stupid, but I know that there were at least 2 kids in the back of the car. So we very rarely fight, but when I fight, I do it bigly. So the other day he was working in the bathroom. I was working in the hallway. We're painting. And of course he turns on his music. He turns on the Grateful Dead. And then he had to leave to go do something else. In my head, I'm like, oh, great. Finally, I can turn on what I want to listen to. And then my son comes in to take over for him and turns on the Grateful Dead. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, you're killing me. Like, even if I were to put on my headphones, I would, they're right there in the bathroom on a speaker. There's no way that I could drown out what I'm hearing. So now I could just be like, fuck that. I'm listening to what I want, but I'm just not like that. But I was like, God damn it. Am I ever going to get to listen to what I want to listen to? Because then my daughter comes, and so because it's her graduation party, we have made her give us equal amount of time. For all the time you're with your boyfriend, you have to spend equal amount of time with us, helping us get the house ready. So then she immediately turns on her music, which I like her music, but I can't sing along to her music. And basically, like, my enjoyment of music is how much I can sing along with it. I like to sing along with it. I can't sing along.
Don't listen to reggaeton.
Yeah, exactly. I can't sing along to that. That's why I don't listen to rap. I can't sing along to that. And I like Arctic Monkeys and Panic at the Disco and the stuff she listens to. But I haven't listened enough to be able to sing along. So I just, once again, I don't get to really do what I want to do, which is sometimes just rock out with some Simon and Garfunkel, some Indigo Girls in the middle of the day while you're painting. Sometimes you just got to rock out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of rap, I'm going to try to battle rap Mission Man when he comes on.
Well, I hope you do.
See what happens.
Have you ever battle rapped before?
I have never battle rapped before.
How good are you at rhyming?
I'm okay.
Do you even have any beat? Can you keep a beat?
I would like to say that I can hold my own.
I have not heard you,
but I would like to say that someday.
I've never heard you sing or play anything. I don't think I've ever even heard you hum or.
Yeah, I really don't do that.
Yeah, so I don't see. I'll just break out into song anywhere, and if it's a song I really like, it doesn't fucking matter what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You could be telling me anything, like your mom just died, your brother got hit by a car, and I'd be like, wait, this is a really good song. Just let me sing this out, and I'll be right with you.
Yeah, as far as that goes, I do it when I'm by myself, but I just don't do it around other people. So I think I can muster it up.
Well, I think I speak for the entire We Don't Have Cookies international fan base when I say we all want to hear you rap. Battle rap. Mission Man.
I will give a little tease out there that it's almost assured to start with, my name is Jason and I'm here to say. I'm not planning anything. I think it's just going to be a freestyle battle rap. I don't think it would be fair to just sit here and have a week to write something and not tell the guy.
Yeah.
I'd be like, come on, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be a good time.
Well, if he's listening to your shows at all, then he would be forewarned.
That's
so
true.
If he's not prepared, then really it's nobody's fault but his own.
I think it would be best if we just freestyle. There'd probably be some gold in there of us failing, or at least me failing. He's a pro.
I'd like to point out that before we began recording, Jason took his cat upstairs and locked it in somewhere, and he's now back down and sitting in the middle of the room.
That cat cannot stand to be in a room that I am not in.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom, and he's sitting at the door.
Yeah.
If I'm in there too long, like I take a bath or something, he just starts pawing at the door.
Yeah.
Usually somebody just lets him in.
Like, just go sit with them.
He is so attached to me, I have no idea
That's
why.
how my dogs are. And people know where I am in the house by where the dogs come running from when they come in the door. They're like, oh, they came from upstairs. Katie's upstairs. Or they'll know I'm in the bathroom because both the dogs will be sitting there staring at the door. My husband doesn't like them on the bed, so when he's in bed, of course, they jump down. Now, the little toy poodle, he can't even jump on the bed. He can barely jump on the couch. Sometimes he misses and just smacks the side of the couch and falls on the floor. But the bigger dog, not that he's a big dog, but he can easily jump on the bed. So my husband will get up and go get ready for work. And as soon as he goes downstairs, Manny will jump up into bed with me. But sometimes Andy will forget something and have to come back upstairs, and then Manny has to jump down like, oh, shit, he's coming. And they know that if Andy comes in and looks at him, they better get the hell out. It's like, you're not hanging in my room.
One night, for whatever reason, my wife and I switched sides of the bed.
How can you do that? I was like,
I think we were just
I need you to be
TV.
on my left side. That's where I need you to be.
We were just watching TV. I was in there first, and I was sitting on one side. She just came to the empty side. But it started getting late. The cat has this thing where around 1 or 2, he just expects that we're going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And if we don't, he gets really anxious. And he's like, hey.
My dogs do that with the kids. Like, if the kids come downstairs at 11 or 12, like Manny, our older dog, will just sit there and just bark at him and just be like, "Rrr, rrr," until they go upstairs. And then he settles in. He's like, no, it's bedtime, bitches. You need to go upstairs so I can cuddle with this bitch. Or one night I was working on a puzzle, and he was actually pulling at my pant leg, trying to get me out of the dining room to go sit in the couch. He's like, I have nobody's feet to sit at. You're just doing this stupid puzzle. So, yeah, I know what you mean. They're very routine animals. Yeah. Anything outside their routine is,
So it was getting late, and because she was on the side I'm normally at, he likes to sleep on that side next to me. Mm-hmm. And he was just pacing up and down the bed, whining and complaining, like, you gotta make her move.
Yeah, she's in my spot.
Yeah. He just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
For one, it was late. He thought we should already be asleep. Now somebody's on his spot.
This is not right at all. Everything's going wrong with tonight.
It was so funny to see. I've never seen a back like that. I couldn't figure it out till I realized, like, oh yeah, we're on the different sides.
Honestly,
of the bed.
at this point, I'm not even sure why we share a bed. It kind of happened when I broke my leg and slept on the couch for 6 months because we both got used to not sleeping together anymore. And so then when when I started going back into our bedroom, it was weird because I was waking him up and him getting up because he goes up to pee 3 times a night, wakes me up, and then he's snoring and I'm coughing, and it's just. I'm like, I imagine when the kids leave, like, we'll have our own bedrooms. We'll do the I Love Lucy where we have separate beds. Like, really, do we need the bed? Do we really need to be like right next to each other? Because it's not like we're cuddling anymore.
I don't even want separate beds. I'm all on board with the separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the same boat where I'm a night owl, man.
Yeah,
I'm up till like 2 or 3.
I am. Mm-hmm.
And my wife has to get up at like 6 in the morning. So
Andy has to be a half hour away by 5 o'clock in the morning. So if I don't come to bed by 2 o'clock, then I am not allowed to come into the bedroom because it really pisses him off when he wakes up and he has to be up in an hour or 2 hours. So that's the rules. I'm like, all right. Like last night, because I've had bronchitis, so I've been on steroids. Like, I can't sleep. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to lift this house with my bare hands. So, he's leaving for work, and I'm still up like, do. Now the couch is all broken, that one spot, for me sleeping on it for 6 months, and then at least 3 nights a week I just fall asleep on the couch. Yeah. See, which is unfair, because he falls asleep on the chair, but we always wake him up, and he goes up to bed. But I fall asleep on there's nobody to wake me up. Like, I'm just on the couch for the night. Then I wake up, and I'm like, oh my God, everything hurts.
Yeah, I can see that. I used to listen to this podcast. Well, I still do, but it's a podcast called Tell 'em Steve Dave. Mm-hmm. And they have a show called Comic Book Men, if anybody's more familiar with that. But Bry from that show was talking about how his parents sleep in different rooms and how he thought that was really weird. And at the time, I did too. But then the older I get, it's like, no, that makes sense because you have more room in your closet. Mm-hmm. It's a lot quieter if one of you snores or if one of you stays up late.
I like to fall asleep to the TV because my mind goes, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes. Mm-hmm. So there's some times where I can't break out of that, so I have to turn something on to listen to. Yeah. To just, just focus on it so that I can like break my mind of this endless cycle that it's going through. But we don't even have a TV in our room, so there's sometimes I go up to bed and I'll lay in bed for an hour, and after that I'm like, I'm clearly not going to go. I'm not going to fall asleep.
Because I'm the same way, and my wife says that it's because the TV's keeping me awake, and it's making my brain too active to go to sleep. But I can lay there, and my mind just keeps going for hours. Yeah. So I'm kind of in the same boat where I have to have something to distract me before I go to sleep. And I get so, I don't know, I can't say annoyed. I'm jealous of her, to be honest, because she lays down, and within 30 seconds, she is fast asleep. Yeah. And that has never happened to me in my life unless I was drunk.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And some days I'll have just been going. It seems like the days where I've been going the hardest and doing the most are the days I can't sleep. It's like I get beyond tired and I just can't sleep.
Yeah, and that's the thing that happens to me is I'll get 3 hours sleep and I'll be dead tired all day. And as soon as the sun goes down, something happens, and I'm revitalized, and I'm up till like...
That's how exactly.
I might be up even later because I got less sleep. And now I'm used... It's like, well, I went to bed at 5 o'clock yesterday. I normally go to bed at 2 or 3. So now, I guess I'll stay up till 6. I don't know.
5-6 hours of sleep seems to be ideal for me. Any more than that, and I'm just tired all day. But, I got 5 hours of sleep last night. I slept from about 4:30 to 9:30. I feel okay. I'm ready to go. Of course, I'm still on the roid, so...
For me, I'm just tired all day no matter what. Mm-hmm. And then once night hits, I'm wide awake. Yeah. I could get 8 hours sleep. I could get 5 hours sleep. I wake up and I'm just like, oh man, I didn't get enough sleep. Or something. As soon as the sun goes down, man, I am cool. I have no idea what that's about.
I just like nighttime. I like the quiet. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that everybody else is asleep. Because if I don't stay up late, I get no quiet time. And as the kids get older and stay up later, it's already like it pushes me to go to bed later because I need that time. Mm-hmm. My husband can go to his room and nobody will bother him because they know if they bother him, he's going to be a dick. But I can't do that. I'm the mom. I'm there 24/7. I'm constantly available to them. They track me down. They find me. They will not be dissuaded. They don't care if I've locked the door. They will stand there and knock until I open it. Mom, your presence is not optional. Like, Dad, you can, whatever. You're here. Great. You're not. All right. But Mom, you need to answer all my questions right now. My 8-year-old, speaking of questions, first of all, my 10-year-old came to me and he's like, Mom, I know storks don't bring babies for real. How are babies made? And that's how he talks. He's strange. And I'm Peyton and just aggravated in general. And I'm like, a man and a woman have sex and that's how babies are made. And he's like, okay. I'm like, do you want me to get more specific than that? And he's like, no, that's all I needed to know. My 8-year-old comes up like 2 minutes later and he's like, Mom, how are babies made? Like, clearly the 10-year-old had gone downstairs and been like, she laid it out, Simon, they have sex, And Simon's like, there's no way. I'm double checking this information. So he comes upstairs, same question, how are babies made? This time Andy yells from the bathroom because he can hear what's going on. We're in the hallway right next to him. And he's like, a mom and dad have, man and woman have sex and that's how babies are made. And he was like, are you for real? He's like, you and Dad did that? That's how you made me? That's how you made all of us? And then he walked away. This just stunned look on his face. And then like a half hour later, I was finishing up putting stuff away and he walks by and I look, he's still got that stunned expression on his face. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I wish I'd never asked that question. Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Something that's going to be just as much fun is going to be in June when you and Choo Choo Stew go at it on an episode of Martial Law.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with that British motherfucker.
For those who are new listeners and you don't know what martial law is, we've only had one episode of it, so I'm just going to explain it for everybody real quick. What it is two people, in this case, one person has a beef with somebody else. They bring them onto the show. We play both sides. It's basically people's court on We Don't Have
Kenny
Cookies.
Boland's already aired his beef with me about my questions.
Yeah,
I was already duly punished.
It was him and Dwayne Melman and Tracy Rowland.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we had 3, and I was like, well, that's enough to connect.
I know, which you'd already decided you'd already tried me before I even came on the show, which is ridiculously unfair. What's the point of even having a trial? It was...
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And you can go back and listen to that episode.
And it turned out not to be much of a punishment anyway, so...
Yeah, we ended up having a lot of fun.
If only we'd had the Wi-Fi then. Yeah. It's so much better if I could have had access to look stuff up.
That's something to look forward to. It's only going to get better from here, guys.
So do I need to come up with a punishment? Have we already decided?
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you about the punishment for him, and we'll talk about that off the air.
I think he should have to retweet everything that I tweet for a week.
I'll get with you on a punishment for him because I don't want him to know what the consequences will be. I'm going to have to talk to him about yours too. And basically what it is, like I said, it's people's court here. We have 2 sides. They
he's got a beef with me?
Well, he's got to explain himself. So maybe there's a reason why what happened. We'll get into that in a sec. But then I decide who I think wins, and then we issue a punishment. Mm-hmm. So that's how that's going to go. And your beef with him is?
I followed him on Twitter way before he followed me back, which I think is just a breach of etiquette when you're working on the same show.
So we're going to have that go down, and
we're like show family. This is.
I felt like such a dick. I was including Mike's Twitter, Mike Canistero. He's been on the show many times. I was including his Twitter on the show notes, and I couldn't quite remember offhand what it was. And I went to Twitter, found it, copied it, pasted it, and noticed it says he follows you, like right under his name. And then I realized I never followed him back, and I kind of felt bad.
You are a dick.
I didn't even think
You're a huge dick. Mike's probably been crying, inventing. You have driven him to drink. Just last night, he was posting crazy things under the influence of wine. It's all your fault.
He's going to bring me on March Report. We're going to have to get a special adjudicator.
I want to do it. You're guilty. I don't care what they bring. Your ass is guilty.
That's not fair. Can't do that.
Apparently, from the one other past show, fair means nothing.
And because,
but that's the very definition of martial law, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it's just basically a dictatorship.
Exactly. Whatever I say, that's how the law is. And I'm going to try to find one of those wigs that they wear in courts in England, because I think...
Okay, but you really... but this is a podcast without any visible video to go with it. So it's really, you want to have a description. Maybe we have a sketch artist come. There were no camera rooms allowed in the courtroom, but we did have an artist rendering done.
Posted on the Facebook page. Yeah. And by the way, if you've liked the Facebook page, thank you a lot. I don't ever post there, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to start using that more. And before we get too far off the subject, Choo Choo Stew has a podcast called The Podcast Train. Everybody should check that out. Make sure you subscribe to that. And he's also on another show called Cave Crew Radio. It's with DK and Big B and Choo Choo Stew. One's from Canada, one's from New York, one's from the UK. It's a good time, and I will be appearing on that show on June 1st. So make sure you check that out. And I'll have a link to that once it gets closer to time. I think if I put a link in the show notes now, by the time June 1st rolls around, unless you save it on your web browser, that this is where the show's going to be.
Of course, that is only, 9 days? 8 days? What is today? I don't know.
Comes out. It's about a week or so. But I'm sure I'll have a link on the, who did I say is coming on next week? Mission Man. I'll talk about that more on that show.
See, this is how fucked up my brain is, because when you say Mission Man, all I can think of is Missionary Man by Annie Lennox. Like, my brain starts with, Missionary Man, he's got God on his side. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how my brain works.
Yeah, and in June, I'm probably going to be on a lot of other people's shows. So, hopefully...
Why?
You got time to...
Have they listened to your show? Can what you need to do is just splice together like Mama Kate's best Burns, like Mama Kate's best Jason Burns. It's just me all the times when I'm rude and insulting to you.
If you want, we can do that, but I want you to help me because that sounds like a lot of work.
There's a couple every episode.
I've been wanting to do best ofs for different people, so when I take a week off, I can air it.
Yeah.
But then I look and I'm like, man, there's 130 some episodes. And in order for me to do a best of, you'd have to be at least on 3 to 5.
Yeah.
And that just sounds like a lot of work going through and just picking things out and then splicing it together and then introing each thing to set it up so people have context. And I've been talking about doing that for a long time. Maybe I'll get around to it here soon, but that's why it hasn't happened, if you're wondering. It's just, God, that's a lot of work. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to have another episode come out this week. So
ever again.
I normally include this on Thursday shows, which maybe this will be a Thursday show, but this is from our friends over at the This or That podcast. You can check them out. Have a link to that on the show notes. Would you rather let other people watch you have sex or watch your parents have sex? I'm sure my wife would have a completely different answer. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't give a shit if anybody watches me have sex. I really couldn't care less.
For me, I feel like, why would you watch that? I mean, I guess I'd go with that because I'd have to assume they close their eyes. I don't imagine anybody would want to see me naked. I've seen me naked. It's not pretty. I think for Andy, because we've been together so long, he doesn't really see me anymore as me. Because I know that I don't notice when he loses weight or gains weight, and I don't think he notices it much in me either. Like, you kind of have a way that you perceive that person, and that's kind of how you see them every day.
Yeah.
So I think when we have sex, he imagines me as like the 16-year-old me that he started dating. He just closes his eyes real tight. Keeps that picture in his head. I hope so. Otherwise he's a sick motherfucker. I've had 6 kids. All right. There is nothing good about this anymore. There are no good parts left.
I just can't imagine picking your parents, watching them have sex.
Yeah.
Over just letting somebody watch you.
Why would anybody want? I just.
But those are the only 2 options. So which would you go with?
I guess me, because I would never want to watch my parents having sex ever.
Yeah,
it's weird to watch them kiss.
I would have to go with that too.
Did I tell you about Celia getting drunk at my grandma's birthday party?
Yeah, we did that on the last show. That was really funny.
She's the worst drunk ever. Just sitting on her kitchen floor. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
We're going to get into the worst drunk ever. It's time for this week's Dumbass of the Year. This motherfucker fell asleep on the back of a car and was so drunk and so passed out that the person got on the interstate and drove towards their home for 14 miles.
Oh, my God.
Before they were pulled over by a trooper who said, hey, do you know there's a body on the back of your car? Because no one believed he was alive and figured he must have got hit pretty hard to be stuck there.
Yeah.
Because the trunk, they say, is only 14 inches wide. The guy was still passed out when the cop was talking to the guy.
How did he stay on the car?
No clue. And the guy was doing like 65 on the interstate.
Wow, that's crazy.
For 14 miles. I don't think you could do that sober.
I know. Well, I mean, it'd be, you can hang on, but yeah, how the fuck?
Passed out drunk.
Damn.
Yeah. I've never been that drunk.
That's crazy.
At least I don't.
He's just walking through the parking lot like, I just need to lay down somewhere.
There have been times I've woken up in my car in the back seat and I didn't know how I got home.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can see that.
I've never been on the back of somebody's trunk with a trooper like, hey, man, you okay?
Well, apparently the last time my dad ever drank mint schnapps, peppermint schnapps, was Christmas Eve one year. He got super drunk on the peppermint schnapps. And then my mom had to get his drunk ass home where he wouldn't get out of the car. So she just opened up all the car doors and left him out there for the night.
I used to love peppermint schnapps. Goldschlager, that was good stuff. And Firewater was my big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I took a break from work one day. The funny part was we even told my boss that we're going to the bar to drink. Do you want to come with us? Mm-hmm. And I think he thought we were joking because we were just so brazen about it.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, no, we're going to go to this bar and we're going to get hot dogs and chips and we're going to get fucked up.
How they just smell it on you when you came back? I mean, everybody knows an alcoholic. You could. Yeah,
I don't think he cared. And then I started realizing like, oh, he smells like beer. So I think he's getting drunk too. So he's probably like, I would if it was anybody else. Like if it was management, we would.
Yeah, you got to keep a separation. He doesn't want his employees to have shit like that to hold over him.
We got to keep our inappropriate behaviors separate. Yeah. But my job was taking potato chips off a line after I picked the bad ones out, and then I would dump them in this hopper, and they would get flavored. Mm-hmm. I went to the bar, and I had 5 shots of Firewater, and came straight back. We only had a half an hour. And I was fucked up. And I fell off the stairs to the hopper.
Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, it jacked my back up pretty bad. And that was my last day.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Like, I need a job that is more tolerable of drinking. I need a sit down.
I was gonna say, did they do
job.
like a test, like a drug test and stuff with you?
No.
They didn't? Really?
No, but this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
You're the reason they do those now.
I used to love that place because it was right down the road from a Pizza Hut and a Subway. Mm-hmm. And at the time, my previous job was at a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And I knew that they had a deal with the Subway next door where they would trade employee meals.
Oh, yeah. We used to do that all the time.
I would wear my Pizza Hut uniform to my potato chip factory job. And then I would go to Subway for lunch, and they wouldn't charge me.
I'm actually really pissed off at Subway. They had a seafood sensation sub. It was basically like chopped up crab meat with mayonnaise and stuff, which they have now stopped selling. So for me, I'm like, I have no reason to go to Subway at all. And at $7.50 a foot long, I can go to Our Hero and get a delicious sub for that much. Why would I want to get some shitty heated up in the microwave? I'm not even sure if this is real chicken or just something processed into chicken on this sandwich. Like, this isn't even, none of this stuff is fresh.
Yeah, once they raise their prices, the last time I went to a Subway was at a truck stop. And I thought, I guess it's because it's a franchise. Yeah. They just made their own prices. That's what I thought. And then I realized that it seems like they've all raised their prices.
Oh no! Now it's $7.50 for a foot long. Like, fuck that! $7.50 for your crappy sandwich?
Yeah, I can just go to Jimmy John's or somewhere else and get something just as good, and most places better. So you can
or one of the local places, and get a delicious sub.
Yeah. Well, speaking of local places, I'm sure you're going to plug this, but is there anything you want to plug?
We talking about Diesel? Yeah. Well, yeah, June 10th, another big show. I think this one's going to be even better than the last.
And the last one was awesome. They've all been good, but the last one, so many people showed up that there were people sitting behind the comedians, which I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many good comedians on there.
Yeah.
Biscuit Corwin's going to be headlining the second half of the show. Doug Morgan's going to be headlining the first half. And you're going to be performing. Jessica, I never heard her last name pronounced.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So I don't want to butcher it, but she's going to be performing. I think I'm missing something.
They're going to love the poster when they see it, because I sent a message like, hey, send me your pics. Because everybody has the headshot pics that they use, basically. Like, what should be on the open mic stage?
Austin Jordan Devon is going to be on. Sorry. I just want to make sure I got that out.
So, and none of them answered me, or they answered me back, but they're like, just pick something off of Facebook. So, yeah. They won't be doing that again.
I may or may not be on the show. I said, go ahead and put me on the poster. I want to do the show because June 10th is the first time I ever did comedy. And that was at Wiley's in, I think, 2012. So it would be cool if I could, but I got so many things going on that I don't want to get up there and just suck because I didn't have any, because I haven't worked on anything except for my house and my life.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's why I figured between my brother's wedding and my grandma and now Celia's graduation, we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. June 10th.
But before, when I would ask if there's anything you would want to plug, you would always say your butt.
Yep.
This goes with the Hidden Camera Show idea. I don't know how this popped in my head. I got the Addams Family song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But because I'm me, it turned into a parody of the song. And instead of the Addams Family, it was Anal Cavity.
Yeah.
And I thought, I need to work on a parody of this song with Mama Kate, where it's the anal cavity and you're plugging your butt.
Well, I've got questions about it, honestly, because I think any woman who's tried anal sex is like, this hurts. How I didn't realize people stretch it out and then put stuff in there to keep it stretched out so that like they're able. I didn't realize there's a process to like prepping yourself for appropriate enjoyment of it. I don't know. So I clearly, I thought it was just something people did, just like sex or whatever, but it's not a comfortable thing. So clearly I'm missing something about this.
Would you be up for doing that song if I wrote it? Okay. Hopefully that'll be up maybe in June.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a lot of stuff in June. July's going to be pretty big too.
I think everybody's had that accidental hit, where it's not quite on target. And you're like, oh my God, not there, not there. That is not your home. Nobody said you could park in the garage.
You park in the driveway.
It's right next to the garage. I understand, but...
Well, June, like I said, it's going to be a big month. We're going to have the return of Benny Mac doing this week's Dumbass of the Year. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll have some to go over because it's been kind of hit or miss with that as far as the dumbasses go. Every time he's on the show, we have a good time. So I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Kenny Boland's going to be back, and we're going to have a lot of new guests. So everybody, I want to thank you for sticking with me through the move. I know things have been kind of weird lately. We're going to be back on track soon. So I appreciate you guys, and keep spreading the word. It means a lot. I see the numbers keep growing. Really appreciate that. I think that's it for us.
Adios.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review.